Hey folks, this is Rose from In Rose's Garden, and if you'll recall, when we did the live on Tuesday, we started making this really pretty pendant. See? This one. Now, I really like this pendant. I think it's turned out quite nicely, but I have discovered that I made my my hole too small unless I'm going to bail it onto something. And to the best of my knowledge, I just think I'm just going to use jumprings. See, the chain will not go through. The chain I'm using will not go through the hole. See, so we're going to have to use a couple of bails, or I mean oval jumprings, to bring that back to what we want it to be. So let's turn down. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I believe I mentioned, but these pieces are from the Bargain Bead Box's companion bundle number 3, mainly, except for I did get these, I did order these new pieces here because I'd already used most of my shells up and I do want to use those. But these are all from companion bundle number 3, and then the chain is from the original bundle. We've got some of the wire that we used for this to make little wire wrapped pieces, and we've got my oval jump rings. So the first thing we want to do is decide, well, actually the first thing we're going to do is we're going to stick this stuff aside. We're not going to work on it right yet, but what we are going to work on is there's the toggle, is our bead pieces. We're going to use some chain. We're going to string it, probably about 2 inches for where the pendant's going to be. Then we're going to do some beading, and then another inch or 2 and some more beading. So what we're going to do with the beads are we're going to do like this with one of our pretty spacers in between here, like so, and we're going to make 6 of those. So we're just going to cut some of this 21 gauge or 20 gauge wire that I got. That is I believe this is called antique bronze, but you could fool me, it's more of a coppery color, but whatever. We don't need very big pieces, maybe 2 or 3 inches. But we do need like 6 of them. I'm not measuring them. I'm just going to cut them to whatever. And like I say, we need 6 because we're going to make 6 of these little beaded strands to go in between our chain pieces. Like I say, I'm not measuring them, so if they're different sizes, that's the way it goes. I'm just getting 6 pieces out. Okay. It wants to act like a slinky. That's probably about good right there. So then this is all the wire we should need, so we'll put that aside for now. And then I'm going to start getting these ready to go. We'll straighten the wire up somewhat. Now once we have these straightened out, we're going to start making the one side loop. I'm not going to hook it directly to the chain. I'm going to put it on with jumprings just because it's simpler. I could do it directly to the chain, but then I'd have to know exactly what size I wanted things to be. So we're just going to bend our wires over right now, and then we'll start wrapping them. Okay. Now, as I say, if you wanted to and you had decided on how your length of chain, you could hang these directly onto the chain instead of having to use jumprings. Oops, come on there, get in there. Up and around and over. Bring her down, bring her around. Oops, didn't bring it around right, did I? Bring it around, make sure it's lollipop shaped. There we go. And we'll do that with all of these. So just put our bell making pliers in like this, up and around and over. Drop it, bring it over and around, and lollipop. So we've got 6 of those to do. Now I want to get at least 3, if not 4 wraps in the when I do my wraps on these. Now if you don't want to just bend these with this, when you're here, I'll show you what I mean. When you're in here, you go around and over and bring it around. If you don't lollipop it right now, it's going to be sort of off to one side, see? So did I make that a big one? Looks like I did. Didn't mean to do that. So we're going to have to tighten it up because I made it too big. So we'll just take hold of the it right here and just pull it so it's tight. Push it down into place. Now as you can see, it's over to the one side, so we want to take this and just bring it over. So, and we have our 6th one here, up and over and around. Bring her down, bring her over, and lollipop. There we go. So now we'll just take each one of these and wrap it, since we're not going to insert it into the chain, and we're just going to use jump rings. I'm just going to take hold of this with my second pair of pliers and do 3 to 4 wraps, whatever will fit onto here. If 4 will fit, we'll do 4, because frequently when I wrap the other side, we'll get 4. So there we go. I'm going to trim that off now. Now I could just do these as like a construction line and just go on to the next and the next and the next. Or I can just call this one, just add the beads to the one I just finished here. Which what I'm going to do is one of these, then one of these cool, big huge spacers. This, what they called a snail bead, another spacer, and our piece here. And as you can see, I've got a lot more wire than I actually need, because I only needed enough to bring this over and wrap it. So trim this off and tuck it in. Now I want these eyes to be going the same direction, so if there aren't, I'm going to straighten them up. They're looking pretty good, so I'm not going to worry about it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these and we're going to break our chain and we're going to put these in between. And we're going to do this in 6 spots, 3 on each side. And on this first bunch here that is coming up from the pendant, we're going to take 2 of these and hang one of these off each loop, like so, so that they will, as they're hanging down from you, they would hang like so. So we need to make 5 more of these pieces like this, then decide how large we want our chain to be, how long, and then get it started as well. So let's get working on these. I think I'm just going to wrap all these up first. Come here, you. Which, if you feel like you prefer to do this with your fingers as opposed to a pair of pliers, you can certainly do that. Up and over and around. Bring her over. Make sure she's in more of our lollipop shape. We'll wrap these guys up and they'll be ready to use on our hook to our chain when we cut. Okay, our break pieces are here, all done. Now the next step is to decide how much chain we're going to want to put between each piece. So let's put it down on the mat. And we will see what looks good. Do we want just 1 inch, 2 inches, what? So here is, say we'll put this one down here at the bottom. I'm thinking maybe a couple of inches between each one. Maybe like that. We got to remember we're going to have a couple jump rings in here too, so we don't want to go overboard. I'm thinking that looks good. Now we want that doubled for the pendant piece because it's going to go swinging in between. So I'm going to just cut this piece here, right here. And we will we need 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a double one of this for in between for our pendant to slide over. So we'll just actually sort of make our double one right now. All we're going to do is take this piece, bring it beside it here, put our finger there, and bring it back so that we have approximately a double piece. Now if it's a little longer or a little shorter, that's not that big of a deal for this spot. So there's the piece where our pendant's going to go through, and then one of these will be there, and then the next chain, one of these, one more of these, and the next one over on this side. Then we'll see how long it is and see how much chain we need to finish it off, because we're not going to make any more of these. We're just going to finish it with chain. So we need to make 3 more of these little ones, which are, let's see how many links there are here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and is that 11 or 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So cut here. Make sure that's about the same length. I need my, there we go, there's my awl. Yep, that looks good. So we need 2 more pieces of 11 links. Okay, and now just 1 more piece. Okay, there's our 11 pieces, or 11 links. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take some of the smaller ones. I don't think I have tinky tots of brass. Yes, I do. They're right here. We will take the tinky tots to put chain together. But I'm not sure if... Come here, you. I'll take one. Oops, I don't need a whole bunch of them, just a couple. Well, let's leave that down there for right now. So what we want to see is if our chain, well, I'm going to have to hold that with pliers so I can see what I'm doing here. Bing, bing. So the question is, will this roll easily back and forth on this, or do we need the bigger jump ring, the biggest? Well, it seems to be all right. Though once we put the pendant in, I'm not sure it will. So I'm going to put one big one here. And we're going to put the big one at the chain, because this is turned. I can turn it if I need to, twist it. I can do that, but I'd rather I'm just going to take one of our jump rings here, and I'm going to open it up. And then we're going to put this and our large jump ring here. And close her up. So now we have the large jump ring going this direction, and our 2-inch chain, this is it, is it not? Yep. Can go through here and slide easily. Get the other end of chain here. And our pin, will slide on this this chain. Now normally I put a bail in. I didn't do that today because, well, I don't have any bails this color, I don't think. So I still think it will work just fine. It's just going to be a little bit deeper down than it normally would. So now that we've got these decided on, and I'm going to put these aside because we're going to use the Tinky Tots on the chain, but we are going to use these on our shell pieces. So what we're going to do is get some Tinky Tots out for hooking our chain together here. And we will hook it to the chain piece. Come on, you. Hook it to the chain piece. Oh, you're being difficult. And then to one of our pretties. Close it up. Now, as you can see, it fell out of the other side of here, and that's fine. We'll get it when we get to that point. But I'm going to just work up the chain here on this side. Come here, you. There's an open one in here. I was just going to use it rather than open a new one, but there it is. Get a piece of one of these chains, go through and through this one, and then we'll close her up. So we can do that one more time over here on this other side because we have one more hunk of chain. So open this up, get this piece of chain that's hanging over the on. Get one of these, hook it on, and close it up. Now, if you don't like the length I put the chain in here, you can always make it shorter or longer just by cutting more links. Oh, there it is. I was going to say, I have one of those missing, but it was just hiding from me. So this is the last one of our pretties that we're going to put on the other side here because we're not sure of our length. So we got to still cut the chain to length after we get everything else put together. So there's this side finished. Now we gotta put this back on here. Like I said, I would probably use a regular bell rather than a double jump ring, but in fact, this looks too long to me. I may twist my the top of my piece here and just hook it onto the big one instead of using this intermediate size in the middle here. I think that is giving us too much space, so we'll open it up and take them off. And then I'm going to twist this piece here at the top. Just take hold of it with, like here, and just twist it around so it's facing the other direction. There we go. And then I'm going to put this big jump ring all by itself with this. So open it up, and then we'll put it through here and close it back up. Okay. Now we'll get our pendant going here, and we'll slide it on this piece. Oh, come on, stop being difficult. Nothing like it just falling right back off, huh? Okay, so get hold of our chain, bring it over here, and now we need to put on the first of the second side's pretties. So we'll open the jump ring up, get this piece of chain, and our beaded piece. Then we'll close it back up. Now it didn't close all the way. I can see it's open just a hair's breadth. So I'm going to see if I can get that to close better. That's better. So now we have our pendant like so. And we're just going to go up the line and do just like this with the rest of this to put these other two on. Then we'll measure how big it is. So let's get the others put on here. Oops, I dropped my dinky dot. There it is. Okay. Now that we have all of the side pieces put in, we have to measure it, see how long it's going to be, and then decide how long we want it to be. Cut the remainder of the chain that we need to go up the back, and then we need to put on our clasp. We're using the box clasp. And then the lastly, we need to put these dangles from here. Now, if you don't want to put the dangles on, that's fine. I just thought it would look cool with a little bit of a dangle there. It's not entirely necessary. But anyway, let's get the ruler out and see how long this is. So we pull it even here. It is at about 16 right there. So if we only wanted 18, we could just cut a couple more inches of chain. I'm thinking we'll cut about 2 more inches on each side. And that will go around the back. Actually, I should have kept that out and just measured 2 inches and cut it off. So, right here. Now, I'm not as exacting on the back pieces as I do tend to be on the front, and the reason for that is because now we're going to be putting in our clasp and such, so it's not going to be as big an issue. So, what I do with the chain, it's baggy. I don't think this was it. I think that was this is the charms. Oh, well, I'll find it in a minute. So I think that was the pendant was in that piece. So we've got these 2 pieces, so now we need a couple more tinky tots. So we'll get a couple more tinky tots out. These are not tinkies, these are regulars. What do I do with the tinkies? Oh, they're behind there. Well, I do need one more of these out. And I need 2 tinky tots out. Come on, Tinkies, open. Now I only need 2 of these because I'm just hooking the chain, this new piece of chain, to the pretty at the bottom of this one. So we're going to open these up. And I have chosen medium-sized ones to put our shell pieces on because we don't want them to hang too close and be bothersome. So we'll So now we've got our box clasp here, and we're just going to grab one of these more medium-sized jump rings, go through the end of our chain, and then through our box clasp piece, and close that baby up. Do the same on the other side. So now we can hook this together and see how long we actually ended up making it. Now, if you've never used a box clasp, you push this through here where there's there's a slot right here. Actually, there's 3 of them, but you want the bottom one. You go through that with this hook, and then you take it and push it up till it snaps. Then it looks sort of like a little rocket ship or a fish or something like that. So there is our necklace. Let's see how long we ended up getting done to. And we are about, come here, not quite 22. So we could be done here if we wanted to be, but my design calls for putting these shells on. And where I want them at is hanging here and here. One little. And then here and here. So then they join in with these, and actually turn them over. We want the shell to have its little, so like so. Now I just need to get these, open these jump rings, put them on here, and put them on the necklace piece. Folks, my camera shut off when I was putting on my my little shells, so we didn't get that pictured. But all we did is we took a jump ring and we went through. When we put both of these on, we put them on in the same direction, and put them, just jump ring them into the loop from our beaded section. See that? Oh, that one is opposite to the way I want it, so maybe we'll switch it and I'll show you what I mean. How are you guys? These two are exactly right. You want to make sure, though, they're going in the same slot. Say, like this one is facing this way. So you want to make sure your jump ring is going downwards in both slots rather than one going one direction and one going the other. Since we do have one of these, wants to go over this way. Come on, pop over. Going the opposite direction of what I want it. See, it's the little shell pieces, they don't match each other. I'm going to take this one off and we're going to move it so you can see what I mean when I say just put it through the slot there with your jump ring. So we'll pull the jump ring off. And this is one of my more medium-sized oval jump rings. Come on, baby. Off there. Get out of the chain. So we'll pull it out. And now I've got it through the loop here. We're going through this side. Come on, you flip. So we see how we got it right there in that hole right there with it facing this direction. Here's the hole facing this direction. We want so we're going to go straight through that and then close it up. And it's as simple as that, putting these little shells onto our pretty pieces here. Now, if you want them to drag, now see, now they are the right way. If you wanted them to go down further, you could always put more jump rings in. But personally, I like it just the way it is. So here is our necklace all finished. And the pendant piece will slide around. And there she is, just like so. So I hope you enjoyed making this pretty necklace with me. As you can see, like I say, the pendant will move around. Once your neck is around here, our little shells will hang out a little further. This one is flipped. It likes to do that. So there we go. And so it will fit just like, let's see if I can back up so you can see where I've got it. So it will sit like so. And like I say, the box is just pinch to take it off, pinch and pull and twist. So I'm not going to hook it all the way up here. I am going to put it on so you can see what it looks like. There we go. So it's going to hang. Well, my hair's in the way and it's not all the way tightened. I did not tighten it, so it would be just a teeny bit shorter than this. So there we go. Oops. Pendant is rolling around to the one side. But there's what it would look like. I think this one may be rolled. No, I was wrong. It was all right. So there we go. Looks pretty vibrant against my pink top. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden, and we have been making this pretty necklace using the pendant that I made on our live from the Bargain Bead Box Sunken Treasures Companion Bundle number 3. Isn't that pretty? It turned out pretty nice, just about the way I wanted it. I hope you enjoyed making it with me. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.